Hey, and welcome to another episode of Taking It Too Seriously. I'm Amira.
And I'm Awa.
And today we are going to do that ratty show on Prime TV. I shouldn't call it ratty, it was actually quite enjoyable. We're going to do Off Campus. We watched the series. I mean, I finished it, but I don't remember much of what happened last. But we just finished watching the series. A lot of people are talking about it. Yada, yada, yada. Our thoughts, our review.
Yeah. So it was all over Prime. I actually didn't really clock it, wasn't planning to watch it, and then someone at work mentioned it because I was like vaguely aware of, I think it's Elle Kennedy who's the author. Like I was aware of this the book series, but I'd never read them. I'm not really big into like reading sports romances. I haven't read loads. I read a couple here and there. But like I know it is a like obsession for some people and they read every single sports romance that was ever made.
Do you think because it's hockey? Because there was that peak obsession. Do you remember when everyone was obsessed with hockey players?
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I still don't understand what the obsession with hockey is. It's not a real sport.
I'll be honest with you.
Especially
No.
ice hockey.
I'll give you this one, because I see American sports all the time, and I do think American sports aren't particularly athletic when I compare them to football. And when I mean football, I do mean football of the rest of the world. So when I see American football, I think there's a lot of brute strength, but I don't see particularly skill. But I will give you, I look at ice hockey and that takes skill.
Yeah,
that's a lot of athleticism.
I agree.
Yeah,
I just don't know how like we landed on this as a sport. Like I don't know.
Do you know what I call ice hockey? Yeah, UFC on ice. Because genuinely, all I see them doing is fighting. Every day they're fighting.
That's the most interesting thing about it. I'll be honest with you. I've actually gone to see an ice hockey game once.
I've never seen one.
I've seen some things in life. But no, like I had a friend who was like, she's a friend that like takes me to rugby games, takes me to ice hockey.
I know who
and
you mean.
I'm always in these scenarios that I never envisioned myself being in. But I saw an ice hockey game and I was like, the most interesting thing about this is the fighting.
Yeah, they get points
I was
for
like,
fighting.
do they know they could just be boxers?
They could
be in UFC? Like they don't have to do all this?
I don't understand. And you're doing it on ice as well. And it's something like if your helmet comes off or you can take your, I don't understand. But literally the referee stands in the middle of them and goes 3, 2, 1, fight. That's literally it.
Like there are fighting sports, but that's okay. Anywho, all that to say, it wasn't really on my radar. But I think I was just like really in the mood to watch something light, fun and frivolous. And also I won't lie, I had just finished watching the first 3 episodes of Rivals. And there was no new episodes and I was like, I need something to watch. Like I can't just continue living like this.
I'm gonna wait till the full 6 episodes are out before I sit down and watch
torture.
Rivals.
It's actual torture. But so I went straight into watching Off Campus. But yeah, I did enjoy it. Okay, it may sound like that I didn't from the things that I have to say about it, but I had a fun, silly, goofy time watching it. And that's because it's a fun, silly, goofy show that people should not be taking too seriously.
Look, I agree that people shouldn't take it too seriously, but I think it takes itself very seriously. It didn't feel like, I know what you mean about it's very fun, silly. It didn't feel like it was supposed to be fun and silly, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
But I think that might be the plot in parts. But yeah.
Because they were really trying to do some hard-hitting scenes and I was just sat there.
But the thing is, I think that's because again, I actually can't comment too much because I haven't read the books, but I imagine some of those like serious plot lines came from the book.
Oh, most definitely. I think they tried to stay as true to the book as possible. We both say this as people who have not read the books.
I know, honestly.
Yeah. One book I read a long time ago is Beautiful Disaster, and Amazon Prime did a film on it, and it had that guy from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, the one that we don't see often.
Oh, Dylan Sprouse. Cole Sprouse is the one we do see. Yeah,
and I remember reading that back in the day, and it was such a serious book, and when I watched the film, I was like, what is this? So I agree.
Is that the boxing one?
Some sort of fighting.
Yeah, some sort of fighting. I think I saw the trailer. And I was like,
Beautiful Disaster is what it's called.
Looks like a disaster, so I'm not gonna watch it.
Do you know what? The books were fantastic. I'm not even gonna hate.
Fair dues. But yeah, I mean, let's just get into it because like I said, I did enjoy it. Obviously, our main couple is Hannah and Garrett. First of all, I know everyone's been saying this, I can't get over the fact that she's 19. She's also British.
She's American,
she's
but
British
grew up
American,
in the UK.
Yeah, grew up in the UK. Because I was seeing her videos and I was like, your accent is
You were jarred by
all
the accent.
over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you know what's interesting about Hannah and Garrett?
Yeah.
I didn't love the first part of their romance. I kept getting so cringed out by
What
them.
part did you get cringed out by?
You know, like when he proposes to her, this whole like, you tutor me, I'll pretend to be like dating you kind of thing so that you can get Justin's attention. And you know when they're at whatever is it like the bonfire or the party,
Something
and he
like that.
pretends to be like her man, like while she's talking to Justin.
Yeah.
Just everything about that, when he was like calling her babe, but I was just like, guys, this is so embarrassing.
Do you know what's funny? Yeah. That's the part of their romance I enjoy.
This is the thing, like, I'm sure it's the part everyone enjoys, because there's even like, because there's all these people like doing TikTok edits of them and all that kind of stuff, when he like pulls her in and like looks at her, bites his lip, whatever, yada yada yada. But I know.
Oh. Anyway,
if you know me, you know that I suffer with secondhand embarrassment.
Our, when she's watching a show, would put her hands over her eyes and cover her ears. She is that serious. And I'm like, you have to watch it.
It's just like, guys,
you have to go through the cringe.
Bad. I can't make myself look at bad things.
But you enjoyed this.
But I did enjoy it. No. But I think like the reason I felt like cringed out as opposed to like really enjoying it was I felt more that they were doing these scenes and these clips and these moments or whatever more like for the TikTok edits. Like they were thinking like, you know, we know what TikTok does these days. Like you have a romance, you have a couple, people ship them, they clip the videos together, and like you've got like this great love story, like
a montage.
Yeah,
with
montage.
a great soundtrack.
Like, I'll never forget this. Obviously, very different genre, but Love Island, when Nick and Alandria were getting together, season 7, I think, of Love Island USA. Yeah. The TikTok edits were insane. That's cinematic, so honestly, incredible. But like, I think TikTok edits have done a lot for like romance plot lines in shows, reality TV, whatever it is. Like, you can really get people obsessed with a show and watching a show because of TikTok. So it just felt like, to me, sometimes those moments felt a bit like jarring or a bit forced or inauthentic to like the actual story and where the characters were and the relationship and their relationship at that time. And it was just like, like this is the moment that's going to get clipped on TikTok and turned into an edit.
It's funny you should say that, because I completely irrelevant to actually this show, but it was talking about movies these days are very much made to be watched vertically. So everything is happening in the middle of the screen. And the thing is, when you notice it, you can't unsee it. Everything's there's nothing going on in the sides. Everything's happening in the middle of the screen. So again, it is easy to clip onto TikTok and clip onto these, like, you know, vertical whatever, whether it's Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah, I can't even complain because the number of shows I watch on TikTok.
You watch shows on TikTok?
100%.
Do you know the only shows I watch?
Maybe reality TV show like Maths. Australia. Summer House. I have never watched an episode of Summer House. I'm keeping up with the drama all through TikTok.
I thought you were talking about, because I watch these Chinese short dramas and I really get into them.
I have watched one vertical. It wasn't Chinese or anything.
No, but it's all based off those Chinese dramas, and then they do the like the English speaking ones, and then they've got such like thick European accents, and I'm like,
it's so funny because I'm just like, you just reuse the same actors.
They do.
Same actors, same
over
5
and
actors over and over again. But yeah, so I think that's why I struggled with like the first half of Hannah and Garrett's romance, is that it just didn't feel like fleshed out enough for me. But I actually really liked the second half. I shockingly enjoyed their romance more once they got together.
I agree.
And they were in a relationship, which is so rare, because like so much of the romance, like when you enjoy it, is because the tension of waiting for them to get together. But I much preferred them when they actually were together. I just felt like Garrett was a real person all of a sudden.
I do think the thing that humanized him was that whole, you know, the bit with his dad.
Sorry
if you've watched the show, if you haven't watched the show, because I am going to talk about it in detail. But you know, the bit with his dad, and his dad being, you know, a violent man, him only doing history, him only doing hockey, because his dad wants him to. And then there's that scene where he goes, "Oh, if I don't get to play, I'd feel relieved." That humanized him for me. So and I liked their dynamic there. I would agree with you.
There was a lot in the second half that was about like like their traumas, their conflicts that that fleshed both of them out, to be fair.
100%.
And that probably had a big impact on why I enjoyed their romance overall more.
Yeah.
And just hallelujah, there was less singing in the second half.
Do you know what? Yeah, I know the singing. The singing wasn't bad, but it was just in weird moments. Yeah. The one where she's like singing to herself in that little, some sort of, I want to say Elvis Presley. I'm probably wrong.
The Elton John song.
Elton John. I knew it was somebody. Elvis Presley.
I was like, I don't think I heard Elvis it was in the
Elton.
Soundtrack. She did do an Elton John song
in the beginning. I enjoyed the song. I enjoyed her rendition of it. I just felt like no one really does that. Like, let's be honest.
I said when I watched the show the first time, this is X Rated High School Musical.
It 100% is.
The High School Musical vibes were so strong to me. There was, in fact, like, I think when I was watching the second or third episode, I can't remember. I must have like left because I was back in Bristol watching it, and I left for like 5 minutes to go grab something from the kitchen. Came back and Hannah is doing a full-on rendition of a song. It might even have been the Elton John song, because I think she did that one in the hockey like rooms when she's like cleaning up or something.
Yes,
yeah, and she's like dancing and everything. Whatever. It was that scene, and I came back. And I literally was like, what in the Vanessa Hudgens is going on?
Do you know what I thought was very High School Musical? When she goes to him while he's doing his little ice hockey thing to clear his mind. And then she starts singing to him to be like, I'm serious. I don't even remember the song. I just remember thinking, what the hell is going on?
I just think like this is Troy and Gabriella, but for a new generation.
100%.
For a new generation. But yeah, I didn't. Speaking of cringy things, the music was one of the things that really made me cringe out. And I just think I was thinking about it, and I think I realized I don't find musicians hot, like, at all.
You don't find musicians hot? You didn't think their music was good?
Both can be true. But no, fundamentally, I don't find musicians hot. Like, you know the whole like stereotype or trope of like rock stars.
Yeah,
and, like,
I hear it.
Because like Justin is supposed to be obviously like attractive and objectively is an attractive man, but to me, a man singing is just so.
So what? I want speak your piece.
It's just so embarrassing.
Wow.
No, it's actually not, because obviously I do listen to male singers and stuff, but I don't know. Like, I don't think it's the hot, cool thing that like it's always portrayed out to be in like TV shows. But like, you know, do you get what I mean? Like there's
this persona of someone who's a rock star, pop star, and who's very desirable. I see what you mean. But the reason I don't think they're hot is not because they're singing. I always imagine the scandal that comes with dating somebody like this, and then you remember all the rock stars and the nonsense that they do, and I'm just like, I would not want to date somebody like this, and therefore I don't find this particular job and this particular profession attractive, if that makes sense.
I don't know, there's just some like stereotypes or tropes that I'm like, I've never understood. Like, I don't really get Dean is not hot to me either, because like I don't love Dean. We'll talk about Dean, but because like I've never understood the Playboy archetype. I don't get it, but at least like I can kind of see what the appeal is, or the bad boy archetype, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not for me, but I see the appeal for other people. Musicians, I don't understand why this whole thing exists.
I think it comes down to the fact that they could have all these people and they chose you.
Disgusting.
The chosen one.
Disgusting.
I think that's what appeals to people.
But yeah, I think the other reason that maybe like the first half felt weaker to me was that I just didn't like find Justin believable as a love interest. I was like, I need to see why Hannah is attracted to him, and I don't see it.
I think we were talking about this before, where we were like, when you're going to do a second male lead, don't make it obvious. There's going to be one choice.
Who it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like, obviously,
I want to see you fight for it.
We know it's going to be Garrett. We've watched enough shows to know that.
Yeah.
But like, I need Justin to have a fighting chance. You know who did this really well? The other Bennett sister.
Yeah,
the other Bennett sister did a really good job of like. And I think because you started watching The Other Bennett Sister after I did, and you were asking me about who the love interest is, and I was like, you know, I think it's fairly obvious when you watch it who the love interest is, but the second love interest is really good and engaging, and to the point where I'm like, I actually could be happy with her ending up with him.
Do you know what's funny? When I watched the other Benedict sister, the first half, because I think I watched it before the second half came out or something.
Yeah, it dropped in 2 drops.
Yeah, and then when I finished the first half, the first 5 episodes, I did think she'll end up with Ryder. Like, I actually did think she'd ended up with Ryder, and then she ended up with Hayward.
I think there's just a blanket rule. The love interest that's introduced first is the love interest.
Yeah, but I didn't see him as a love interest. I just thought Hayward.
Yeah,
I just thought he brought her out of her shell. But I didn't see him exactly as a love interest, and that's because he was with somebody else who was her friend.
Yeah,
we are getting completely off topic. We are talking about off campus.
Yeah, but I think like Ryder is a really good example of a second male in love interest that's done really well.
Yeah.
And I wish like more shows would do that, because I personally find love triangles like quite boring, because you usually do very obviously know who the pick is going to be.
Yeah.
So it's like, unless you give me a reason to root for the other guy, he's just wasted lines. Like
100%.
Wasted time. Did we really need it?
To build the
but the music also was bad.
The
music they did for the sound, like the song they picked for the soundtrack were good.
Yeah.
But the song they were writing,
oh yeah, no.
Yellow,
the song,
yellow, hey.
I thought
yellow, rain. What?
You know? What's that scene where she goes, yellow rain? You mean like piss?
No, Ali, so real. That was the most relatable thing.
It's
yes.
true.
Why is no one asking him about the yellow rain?
Do you know what I think it was going off of? Coldplay's Yellow.
I did think
love
of that
song.
Yeah, it is a great song.
And then they talk about how they picked the word yellow because they were looking at the yellow pages. Have you never seen that?
No.
They're like, if that book had been something else in front of us, this song would be completely different.
Oh,
yeah. They were like,
crazy.
the yellow pages were in front of us, and we were like, yellow.
But it makes, Chris Martin. Well, actually, I don't know who wrote Yellow, but I do think
they write their own songs.
They write their own songs. Excellent songwriters. Can't say the same for one Justin.
Do you know what? I think Justin knows his fan base. Is the best way I can put it.
And
he knows his fan base.
Yeah, I did think he ate her up and was absolutely right when she was like saying to him, "We need to redo the song. Like I'm not feeling it. It's not speaking to me." And he's like, "Yeah, because you didn't do shit."
Yeah, of course.
Like she was the definition on that song of like, when you're in uni and you're doing a group project, and like everyone takes something, and then there's that one person who comes in at the last second. Is like, "And I'll organise the slides." That's what she was doing.
I mean, that's pretty much it.
That's literally pretty much it. Because what do you mean, like, babe? You didn't donate anything to this.
Yeah, you kept saying like you left yourself out.
Yeah, like
of
you
it,
haven't. There's not a single. You kept being told like you need to write lyrics. Lyrics. Why are you upset with his lyrics? Could have written some. Could have written your own.
And she couldn't like communicate why she didn't like it. I hate miscommunication as a trope. I'm so sorry. Like it's something that annoys me. Most of the times, the conflicts that, not in this particular thing, but that arise from romance is always, you could have just had a conversation.
Yeah.
You didn't need to do all of this.
But I will say, like, usually I agree, like miscommunication, things like that, and people not being able to
express
be
themselves.
vulnerable and express themselves is usually the most jarring thing about a romance. But I did think this is where both of their conflicts were really good at like explaining that.
Yeah.
Like because the whole series, Hannah's like thing is that she can't write lyrics, like she's got this mental block on it and da. But obviously because of what she's been through, I'm like, not only because sometimes they'll give someone a traumatic background or something that happened to them, but then like it doesn't feel really grounded in why it stops them from being able to do the things
100%.
that they want to be able to do. Whereas with Hannah, I'm like, no, I actually do like kind of understand how you got here
100%.
and why you're struggling with this.
And same with Garrett and his traumas. Like their traumas felt real because it wasn't just a plot or a plot arm or whatever you call it. It was something that affected them as characters, and you can see it. So I'll give you that. My favourite part of the series wasn't even about Garrett and Hannah. I loved Dean and Ali. I'm so sorry. They did it for me.
Everyone loves them. I've seen more edits
me.
of them than anything else.
100%.
They didn't do it for me. And I can't really like pinpoint why.
Yeah.
I think it's because I do think it was interesting that they chose to weave in Ali and Dean's story into this season.
Which implies there's a second season coming.
I think it's been already confirmed,
okay,
and
cool,
it is
cool.
Ali and Dean's season. But that's like, I think it's, I don't know, it just feels strange to me that they would start that storyline here and not like just because. So one of the things I felt like was the reason I couldn't connect with their romance was obviously we see Ali and like her relationship with Sean, and the breakdown of that, and I felt like I really would have preferred this season to have seen Ali's breakdown, the breakdown of Ali's relationship, like in detail, because I felt like it was quite rushed. Like we're told that like all the time, oh we've broken up so many times, oh we love each other, oh we like, there's so much history and background there that we don't really get to see. Sean's barely on screen, and like, and she does move on very quickly, and she, I don't know, I just felt like with Ali and Dean I was being told a lot without being shown a lot.
I hear what
Like,
you're saying, but at the same time, I don't know how interesting it would have been to see Sean and Ali's relationship break down, because I could have seen it from a mile off.
I think it would have been very interesting.
From the
I think you start with showing them in strong and a good place,
first,
and then because deep, like Ali and Dean's episode kicked in episode 6. I think
something
6
like
or
that,
7. Like it was
6.
the last 2 episodes. So I'm like, I don't know, it felt shoehorned into the season for me. Like I didn't, because there was that whole episode where it was basically everything we've seen before, but Ali and Dean's perspective, right? All the moments that they were hooking up, to give you, and I'm just like, I don't know that we needed that this season. I felt like it should have been next season.
The vibe it was given is that they would obviously break up, and then they're going to do like a second chance romance. This is the vibe I was getting.
Yeah, well,
I say this as someone who has not read any of the books.
Hunter's coming in or whatever. But yeah, and then also I think there's so many things. I just never love like a playboy archetype. It doesn't do it for me. Blonde men scare me. And that blonde is bad. Blonde is very bad. Should we stop?
No, let's keep going. Our bell is ringing. We're going to ignore it. Did you order anything?
Huh?
Did you order anything?
No, I think it's what happened.
Okay,
that's fine.
It's fine. There's someone else in the house.
That's fine. Yeah, blonde scares me, and his blonde in particular, like that.
It's because it's a bad
dye job.
It was
is
quite
so
bad.
Poor. Like, sorry, I'm so thrown off.
It's okay.
Yeah, that. But anyways, yeah, I just think fundamentally, I'm not like obsessed with them. I do think her JLo dress
was
banging.
really good.
Banging.
I thought she was hot. I'm not gonna lie.
She's gorgeous.
I watched it and I was like, oh god, like, and I was feeling her character. I liked how over the top she was. I did enjoy Dean.
Yeah.
Yes, his dye job was bad, but I'll be honest with you, I never noticed dye jobs.
Sadly, I couldn't see.
I never noticed them.
I really hope they improve it for season 2.
Yeah,
he deserves better than that.
I never noticed them. I actually thought he was a natural blonde. I kid you.
There's no way.
Do you know what's funny?
You need new glasses.
It's not even the glasses. It's like, you know when women have dyed blonde hair? In my head, like if they're white, no hate, no shade, I never think to myself, that's not their natural hair colour. I'm like, yeah, that's probably their natural hair colour.
Yeah, well, I think
but then when I realised,
seeing it in women, but his roots were bad. That's
I
what I couldn't get over. His roots were so bad. It's like he dyed the hair blonde 6 months ago.
Do you think so?
Yeah, no, it was bad. It was bad. Sorry guys, that I hyperfixated on it. I couldn't see past it.
It didn't bother me.
It did. I will say though, they did a good job of like. I think one of the reasons I don't like the Playboy archetype is that it often like makes the woman look silly.
Why would you say that though? I didn't
because
think
a lot of the time the men like they don't change their behavior. They don't like.
But he did try to change.
But I was about to say like he actually is an improvement on the archetype, because I really did when he starts liking her and is like, and like Bo's like talking to him about it and like telling her how he feels and I was like, this is actually believable. So I do think like there is scope. I would definitely watch the second season. I do think there's a potential that I would actually really enjoy it, but I just think like I was in no way invested in this early part of their relationship.
I was feeling
like
them.
The chemistry wasn't getting it, like doing it for me.
They had
like,
great
they
chemistry.
did. I believe they were interested in each other, but I was just like, I don't care. I just don't care.
They weren't your vibe.
Yeah.
I'll tell you which character I just felt like, why were you there? No hate, no shade to him, Logan. Like, why are you on my screen?
That's insane.
Genuinely.
He's my fave.
Why is he there? Genuinely, why is he there?
Huh? He's the cutest out of them all. He does look like a meerkat.
They're all not my cups of tea, I would
Fair
say.
dues,
No one like really caught my eye, I'll be honest.
That's fair. More than fair. Would agree, but
yeah.
Logan is... I think I just like Logan's... You know what I liked about Logan? He was like... I thought Logan would have made a really good love interest for Hannah. Like, if the love triangle was between Garrett and Logan, that would have been 10 out of 10.
Between Garrett and Logan?
Yeah, like, she has to pick...
Oh, okay.
Come on now.
I thought you were saying Garrett.
Not rivalry.
Garrett and Logan.
Between Garrett, Hannah, Logan. Like, whatever.
That triangle. But I don't... the reason why I don't think that would work is I don't think her character is the type to go for two friends.
No, she would never. She would never. That's
why I don't think it would work.
But, you know, they could have made it work. But I just thought... I always like a down-to-earth, nice guy.
Yeah.
He came from, like, a working-class background. He told Garrett what needed to be told. Like, yeah, Garrett was being an absolute asshole for, like, half the show. And Logan was the only one to, like, tell him. I don't know. I'm interested to see in that, like...
What, does he have a love story? And with who?
I don't know with who. I know he gets... So I think there's 5 books. And it's Garrett, Dean, Logan, Tucker, and Hunter. Carter St. James, whatever. I don't know why his name is different. Like, I don't know why he used a fake name. But, and Hunter, yeah, the guy who came in at the end that Dean's fighting with. So it's them 5. I know Tucker's story is, like, an accidental pregnancy, I think.
Tucker's story is an accidental pregnancy.
Or
he's the one who cooks all the food, right?
Yeah, he is.
He's...
Which I just want to say, like, I know Jalen from The Pit, and it's confusing me how different the vibes are. I'm just like, he's just so cold. I do think, like, he seems very different to all the other, like, boys and characters.
100%.
I'm interested to see how that story goes, because all of them are, like, I mean, Logan less so, but, like, Garrett and Dean and Hunter all feel quite, like, for lack of another word, rakish.
It's because they're rich.
Yeah. Whereas, like, Logan, like, more down to earth, but I can still believe that, like, Logan gets gyals. Tucker...
I don't see him getting gyals. Shout outs to him, though.
Tucker getting gyals, even though Jalen is, you know, objectively very pretty. So I'm interested to see how his story goes.
Yeah, and also an accidental pregnancy.
Yeah, but or maybe I think maybe his female love interest has a kid. I think that's what it is.
That makes more sense. I think that would work better with him rather than him accidentally getting someone pregnant.
Yeah, basically, I know a spoiler plot point.
Oh.
But I don't want to tell it to you because I think it's quite a big thing that will come in one of the seasons.
I will tell you for free. I ain't reading those books.
Yeah, but you watched the show.
No, but I don't think it'll make it to season 3.
Okay, you don't care if I tell you.
No, I don't think it will make it to season 3, so you might as well tell me.
Oh, I think it will.
I think they'll be lucky to get the second season off. I can't imagine.
They've already had the second season confirmed, though, because the first season was such a success.
But once it gets there, I don't know if it will.
We'll see.
But if it's Dean and Ali's story, I could see them getting
that is season 2, yeah.
Oh, damn, I could see them getting the season 3 then.
Yeah. Basically, so you know Dean's best friend, Beau?
Yeah.
He dies. I told you it was a major spoiler. He dies, and he, I think, gets a girl pregnant, and that's who Tucker's love story is eventually with. That's what TikTok has told me. So,
what?
I have actually not verified this information in the slightest. We may go find out that none of that is true.
Oh my god, I really liked Beau.
He was, yeah.
I thought he was going to be one of the love interests.
No, that's what I thought, because I was like, there's 5 books, 5
boys,
love interests, 5 boys like Beau, and they, you know, they were bringing him in more, and he was giving Dean all that advice. And then I saw on TikTok that he dies, and I was like, makes sense. Makes sense why they were bringing him in, and why they were making him, like, you know, because he helps out Hannah. No, who's the person? Ali.
Yeah, he helps out
Ali with it, and I'm just like, oh, like Beau's such a. That's what they did it for.
That's actually sad to hear.
Yeah, but
that's sad to hear.
But that's who Tucker's love story is with.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Which does feel quite sweet and maybe quite suited to the Tucker that
I
we've
think
seen.
when I look at him as a character, I do see him being very much like a father figure. And if there was someone who was going to have a kid in the stories, it should have been
him.
them.
Yeah.
So overall, you liked it. Overall, to me, it was kind of blah. Off campus.
Oh, the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the show
yeah.
itself. Not you go what like the thing we're talking
Sorry,
about.
I thought you meant like the couple. I was trying to remember which couple because we were talking about Ali and Dean.
Yeah,
and I was like, you didn't think Ali and Dean were blah?
No. I think overall the show was blah. Like it was enjoyable for what it was, but it wasn't like I wasn't gagging for it. Is the best way to put it.
But that's why I say, like, to me, and I think we're lacking this. We need more shows like Off Campus to be like palate cleansers, to be like filler TV shows, like, you know, not that that's what Prime TV thought that they were making, I'm sure.
I'm sure they knew they were making a filler TV show.
Yeah, but like, you know, like those teen drama shows that like were so successful and had so many seasons when we were younger. Like, it's important to have those shows because like it can't all be doom and gloom.
No, I agree that
and not everything can be, you know, Emmy award winning. Sometimes I don't want to see Oscar winning performances. Sometimes I want to see GCSE drama performances. Like, that's okay.
B-Tech drama.
Yeah, B-Tech drama. And I can't say anything because I dropped drama in like year 7.
Yeah.
So it's better than me. But like, do you know what I mean? Like, not everything has to be highbrow. Not everything has to be
I'm
full
not
of depth.
saying it needs to be highbrow. I agree with you. You do need fun, frivolous shows. How do I put it? For me, a fun, frivolous show was something like The Bennett Sister. It was enjoyable. It was a palate cleanser. This I felt like was trying to do too much. I didn't like how many sex scenes there were in there. I'll be honest with you. It felt very like off placed. I think if this is a show that is marketing itself to a younger audience, I don't understand why there is so much nudity, and it's something I actually have a huge problem with.
Is it actually promoting itself for a young audience? Because I think everyone that has watched it, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think people definitely, like, teenagers probably have watched it.
Yeah.
But like, I think, and like, I know I see this in books because obviously I work in publishing, but like this space where things that used to be young adult now like creeping into adult and the new adult space and stuff like that. Like, a lot of everyone that I've spoken to that has read the Off Campus series or has watched it is all adults. Like, and not even like necessarily 20-year-olds, like 30, 40, like
no, but
such a wide age range watches
the
it.
reason like someone our age is watching it is because, as you say, it's very reminiscent of High School Musical. That is why they're watching it. And then, of course, it has the extra element of it being a bit more adult themed. But when I'm looking at this book and when I'm looking at this storyline, this is supposed to be for the teenage, yes, the older teenage lot. I'm not talking 13, 14. We are talking 16, 17, 18, 19. That is what I would think this story is for.
Agree.
I would not think this doesn't appeal to me because I in some way relate to it. It appeals to me because it's fun and frivolous and it reminds me of, it's nostalgic to me.
That's the thing. I think actually, like, it's the writing and the storytelling. Yeah. This is YA. Like, when I'm watching, I'm like, this is YA. This is young adult, like, this, and that's absolutely fine. Adults watch young adult all the time.
100%.
But, like, if it's tonally YA, if the writing is YA, if the plot is very YA,
if the characters are YA,
if the characters are YA, although I think they might actually be in there, they might be like
they're
20,
supposed to be 21,
because they're like
22.
2 to 3 years into uni.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, whatever. They're I mean, still, you know, 20,
21, 22, still young adult. Yeah.
Like, it's all YA, and then you just get like a shit ton of nudity. And
we did get the full frontals as well. Mine. This is
assault. That's what that was.
Do you know where you see full frontals? You see it in things like Spartacus and Game of Thrones. I'm not expecting to see a full frontal on a TV show about about teens.
And you know what? Like, actually, and I know
even Heated Rivalry didn't do a full frontal.
That's true.
Heated Rivalry didn't do a full frontal. So I was very put off by that. I'll be honest. I was just like, it felt like it didn't know what it wanted to be. And that's why I think more
like you see it now because for shock factor and because like nudity and sex sells, like that it's not just in TV. Like it's
everywhere,
it's
that's true.
everywhere. Like everything has become so much more explicit than it was 10 years ago and certainly 20 years ago. But I do think that was actually one of the things that I liked about Hannah and Garrett, even though like Hannah and Garrett's relationship is spicy, but obviously because the actress is a teenager, they like weren't going. I don't know if it was in her contract. I don't know if it's legal, whatever it is. But they didn't.
She was 18 when they were filming this.
They didn't do all the kind of scenes that they did with, you know, their more adult side characters. But I'm just like, there's no need. Like,
it was not required. Do you know what was funny? Because like I agree with you in that they felt like they had quite a intimate relationship, and they were able to do that with minimal nudity, and I didn't understand. That's why like
that's the thing. I'm like,
off.
If you can do it,
you didn't need to do it.
Do you need to?
Why did you need to throw it in?
Why do you need to throw it in? Like, it just feels like
it
salacious.
It felt unneeded. Yeah. And I think this is more just like a common theme that I've noticed, because I read a lot of romance. I'm deep in my depression era. Because I only read romance when I'm not feeling the best. But I do read a lot of romance, and I'm finding things that shouldn't, like, especially what's like quite popular on TikTok these days as well. I'm finding things that are, as you said, like a very young adult voice, and I'm seeing things that I have no business in a young adult space. But yes, I agree, they're being marketed to adults. They're not being marketed to young adults, i.e. children. But it's still like, then can you up the language? Can you age up the characters? Like, make it feel completely adult. I don't like this in-between space, I'll be honest. I feel like I'm getting too much of one thing and not enough of the other, and it's just, it doesn't feel balanced for me, and it throws it off, to be honest. And because of that, like, I do feel like it's not as enjoyable as it could have been.
Fair as well. I enjoyed it. Like, I think it's not gonna win Golden Globes,
not in the slightest,
and that's okay. It's not gonna win a BAFTA, that's okay. Not everything needs to be award winning. Like, some things can just be like, a bit of fun, a good time, something that you speak about for a couple of weeks, and then like you forget about it till the new season drops, and that's okay. Like, but so I enjoyed it for that purpose.
When it was coming out, I did think it was going to be like Maxton Hall, and I really loved Maxton Hall. I stand by that. I loved Maxton Hall.
And I got tired of all the crying.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of that.
A lot of crying. But, I mean, Prime is doing a lot of these kinds of shows. Someone said, like, Prime's the new CW.
What's
with,
CW?
Like, you know, like, well, I only know what CW is because I used to pirate all the shows. But it's, like, where a lot of those, like, teen dramas used to come from.
Are we talking, like Vampire Diaries and whatnot? Or are we talking...
It might be Vampire Diaries. I know Teen Wolf was on there.
Teen Wolf,
that kind of era. I think Arrow was on there. A lot of the supernatural shows were definitely on CW. Those teen supernatural shows. But someone said like Prime's the new that. Not because they have like loads of supernatural shows, but because they're doing a lot of things for the teen audience.
They are. I mean, they've got The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Yeah, they've got Summer I Turned Pretty, Maxton Hall, Off Campus. There's that new one, the film
Sidelined by the whatever. God, even that title was awful.
Yeah, no, I saw it and thought, is this actually on Prime?
Do you know what it said? Wattpad Studios.
Yeah, because I think it was a Wattpad
Never
story.
Would I have thought when I was reading those dumb stories when I was 13
they'd make it
they will make it to the heights where they are creating shows on films.
But yeah, I do think it's a good thing that we're seeing the comeback of this genre of TV.
I would have agreed with you if I felt like it was truly for a teen audience.
Yes,
I would have agreed with you, because I do agree, like, in that, what's that term? Because nothing to do with TV and film, by the way, but I do feel like that teen era of just having that uncomfortable, awkward period of your life is very much vanishing. And I do think, obviously, because all these kids are on social media and whatnot, they're so scrutinized that they're missing out on some slice of life, is what I believe.
I
think if they, in that same vein, things that should have been for them are instead being marketed as older, and they're caught in that either be a child or be an adult. There is not that in between grey area when you're growing into an adult where you do a lot of dumb stuff and you know it's not serious, and I do think it's a continuation of that.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see season 2. I do, for their sake, hope that it drops next year, because
Do you think they'll drop it?
They should. If they know what they're doing, they should drop it in a year. Like, a show like Off Campus is a show that needs a season to drop every year. Because it's not like, you know, like I think about something. The shows where I have been okay with the 2-year wait are shows like Rivals, The Gentleman, things that are like actually really great television.
I hate the 2 years.
I mean, I hate it even for that. Okay, I can do the 2-year wait. The impression of that first season, like the first season of Rivals for me was so great. Like I knew it was going to be a 2-year wait. I was like, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I kept it locked in. I was like, 2026 new season coming. I don't know that Off Campus has got that.
No, I don't think it does. No, I don't.
So
think it does.
if they know what they're doing, they should drop a season a year, and that next season should drop ASAP. But yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes.
I think
if
if it's Dean and Ali, I would definitely watch it.
It is definitely Ali and Dean.
Ali and Dean and Ali. If it's them, I'll watch it. This one, it was okay.
Yeah.
It was. I could have not watched it and been fine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like I was missing out on anything if
I
I didn't watch
not necessarily life changing.
Not life changing.
Yeah. Well, let us know what you guys think. If you agree with me, or if you agree with Amira, or if you have other
different
thoughts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And take a listen on Spotify.
Yeah.
We have it on YouTube as well if you want to visually see our face and see the whole thing. But other than that, I guess we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you
next week. It was a nice and short one this time, following the hour-long.
It's too hot.
It's too hot. Good
This is the Bank Holiday Monday.
Yeah,
it's killing us.
30 degrees is what we're dealing with in London.
Yeah,
it's not it.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.